Breaking news from Benue State. The Fulanis have taken over several communities after chasing away the indigenous people of that state. Now, there's a video to this, and it's a 3 minute video. And in that video, you are going to see yourself and my viewers how everyone in that state have run away. They have fled for their lives and security. And the Fulanis are now coming to take over that state. And again, erecting their religious structures there. I have a video. You're going to see that video. If you are watching for the first time, click the like button, all notifications. Drop your comments. Most importantly, subscribe to this YouTube channel. And also like this video. Then share with others. Biafran evangelists. I'll show you my viewers the video very soon. What do you have to say? The Fulani have chased away Benue people from their states and are taking over their villages. Let's start from here. What have to say this morning?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night wherever you are watching us from. I am Evangelist Benjamin Johnson, ättäçks, the only Biafran evangelist that always speak and nothing but the truth. We are not two, we are one. Only Biafran evangelist. It is good.
It is good?
Yeah, it is good that the whole thing that is happening happens under many people's watch. Because when Mazen Namdekano was saying the people never believe. And these are the set of people, the communities, the state that ganged up against the Biafrans during the Civil War. These are the people that see us as their enemy, as the wicked people. They stood beside the Fulanis to share the innocent blood of the Biafrans, the Igbos. We never see them as our enemy, we never lay hand on them. But unknowingly to us, and unfortunately, they are the ones that massacred many of us, many of our properties, our father properties in Benue, in Plateau, in Kogi. They killed them and they took their properties. And today, they are suffering for it. Because their partner thinking that we are their problem. Now they are facing what they are fighting. No. See, let me tell you this. What is happening today was part of Amanda Fodio ideology. Ideology to Islamize and to Fulanize Nigeria. When this ideology came in 1914 to Nigeria, 1914 to Nigeria, the first and foremost successfully established it in the Zamfara kingdom. As at that time, you know, this Zamfara kingdom I made mention existed before Nigeria. They existed the same time that the Asian people, the Biafrans, Igbos existed. They existed during the time of the Benue Empire, Zamfara. So they came and established successfully and they succeeded in Zamfara that today you can see Hausa and Fulani whatsoever. They are the grandfather or the grandmother of the Northern, I mean Zamfara. Are you hearing me? I'm coming from the angle of the history. So the Mandafodio have it in mind to conquer Nigeria and establish their kingdom. As Superhead said, that Nigeria is their place, their settling place. And that was why they fought that war. And they convinced the Benues and the Plateau today, you know, and they joined them to kill and to massacre the Igbos. So, unknowingly and unfortunately for them, that the major vision which the Igbos saw that time, you know, during the war they say it was an Igbo coup, but it was not an Igbo coup. Igbos have already foreseen what the Mandafodio men are about to, you know, to carry out in Nigeria. Igbos in the person of Nzogu as at that time and Ifajuna rose up against it to sanitize Nigeria and to silence all these evil cabals who have this intention against the fellow Nigerians. But they now later cooked it and you know, transferred the whole thing upon the Igbo people, and the Igbo people suffered and paid so severely on this. Today now, that dream, that agenda is coming to fulfill in Benue State.
Now
That is why today they have chased away, ransacked, give quick notice in Benue State. In most of their villages, they have given them quick notice for them to go. And as you can see today, many villages go there in Benue State. They are empty. The Fulanis are now coming to establish their kingdom as one of their vision from their grandfather Namanda Fodio, which tried the same thing to enter his, but on his way it was cut short.
Now, in the next 2 minutes, I'll allow you and my viewers to see the video of what happened in Benue State. It's a 3-minute video, so relax and watch it. All the village has been deserted. It's a very bad news. All their churches have gone. They have been replaced. I want to see that video very soon. But before evangelist, are you not afraid that the same thing might happen in the eastern part of Nigeria, especially with the kind of government that you have?
No. It can't happen. For it is not going to be possible. We withstood Nigeria for 3 good years in the war, including Benue joined Nigeria as a whole, including Yorubas. Joined Nigeria as a whole to fight the Igbos during the war. Not just all this water, including Egypt, British, Russia, and America. Many nations, foreign countries, backing Nigeria. They back Nigeria. They gave Nigeria their serious support. As of last 2 months, I stand to be corrected, that the Russian man, the very person that bombed Biafra land during the Civil War, he commented and he was advising Nigeria that they should play with caution. That he was the one that bombed Biafra land during the war. And for us, our fathers, to withstood them, as at that time whereby we have nothing for 3 good years. He said, I quote, that it will be difficult for Nigeria to defeat the Biafra now.
Now, so let me allow you and my viewers to see it's a 3-minute video, so relax and watch it. Many things have gone wrong in Benue State. They have changed almost everything in that state. So relax and watch it, and we'll come back and then continue our discussion.
Everybody is gone here.
Just like desert.
It's a desert now. Manigi, just this beautiful place. We are going to leave all these things behind. For who? For the Fulanis, of course. Kako government was a soldier. They want the Fulanis to occupy Nigeria and remain in Nigeria alone. Can you be Can you be? I ask again, who is to stop this? Who? They are busy in Abuja doing nothing, practically nothing. Out of our one small petty issue, when life is at stake, people are dying. Go to Aso Rock. What is Tinubu doing? I don't know. Except to fly to France, to Dubai, and everywhere. Why his people are dying? This is our village. We don't have anywhere else to go to. See, yeah, man. Now you allow Fulanis to come and take over our land. Are they more superhuman beings than us? Are they more Nigerians than us? Just tell me. You say Nigeria, Fulanis are global people. Nonsense. Nonsense. Will you accept that I go to the far north and begin to cultivate my yam and maize? Will they allow me to do that? But here you say let them come and you talk about transhuman or whatever humans, protocol or whatever ECOWAS. You see all kinds of jargons. What kind of nonsense is this? Life is at stake. People are being displaced. Just do something. If you're overwhelmed, invite the international community to come and help you. Haba. But Pocho will still be there. Everybody is doing Pocho. Government is doing Pocho. Tinubu is doing Pocho at his level. The governors are doing Pocho at their own level. Everybody is doing Pocho. Pocho people everywhere. No wonder somebody say Nigeria is a shithole country. Okay, you have displaced these people. Where do you expect them to go to? Where? Would they come and meet you in Abuja? Haba, what is happening? Nigga be church ne? Nigga biane. Now nobody is here. Kai, move on, like the song was stopping me. Don't come, there's nobody here. I said, Bishop said I should come and pick Father Fair. See a village. He said them. They were very, very frustrated and waiting for me. Can you be a Who is to stop this? I'm asking again. Who is to stop this? Must everything be all about politics? People are dying. Please, this government, rise to your responsibility. Be accountable. For once, I beg, try. Where is that Nigeria, those Nigerian soldiers that are known to be very brave? Where are they? Or are they also being compromised? People in Portugal. No. I want to. If you don't come, we are finished. They are just like nothing. We can have a cigar.
Now, after watching the video of how the villagers have run away, they have fled their hometown, many families have left their belongings just to stay alive. Now, we've not heard anything yet from the Nigerian military or even from the former Benue Senate President, David Mark. Benue governor is a priest, was a priest before, Catholic bishop. He's not said anything. What do you think that the Benue people can do, or even the Christians can do to save themselves from this incoming, maybe it's jihadism or a wage of war from the Fulanis?
Listen and listen good. The DG, Director General of the DSS, said you should find a means to defend yourself. What is he actually saying? He said look for arms. You understand? To defend your life. For they cannot do that. Another statement is this. It implies to me and to you that they are not capable, that they cannot protect you. They cannot protect your life, neither can they protect your property. You are not protected, you are protected less and you are safeguarded less in this country. The only protection that is available that is going to work, if you wish, is the protection of self. Are you hearing me?
Protect yourself.
Protect yourself. The military, let me tell you, the military cannot do it. The Nigerian Uniform Police cannot do it. The DSS, it's a statement coming from, before a DG can make such statement, it means that the thing has gone beyond, uniform men capability. You understand me? So it's not encouraging you to rise up, to wake up. Don't depend on them. Stop relying on them and stop depending on them. They have nothing to offer. They themselves have lost it.
Okay.
And the governor himself is just there, not saying anything. He's showing the inability and incapability of the governor. The people of the state should know what to do. And as for the Christians, let the Christians in Nigeria stop deceiving themselves. Let them rise up to reality. Yes, let them stop deceiving themselves. And I use this opportunity to talk to the clergies, those pastors, the ministers that are still deceiving people that you should fold your hand, that God should come down from heaven and fight for you. Stop deceiving your people, because the people that are fired, that have been killed, God is there watching them and they die. Baba, do the needful. There are things that God will do, and there are things that you self need to do for yourself.
Okay, like I said again, let me allow you to see the controversial video of that Ghanaian man that lambasted our political leaders. Then again, we'll come back and then continue our discussion.
The topic for this video is how shameless and problematic Nigeria is at this point. I first of all know you would want me to mind my business and talk about my own country, Ghana. But listen, I don't really care about what you think. And if you haven't checked in my videos, I talk more about my country than any other on this platform. But at this point, it's not just silly and problematic how miserable Nigeria is. It's becoming for all of West Africa. And if you feel agitated already for my choice of words, wait and hear the rest of all I have to say. Let's get into it. Nigeria's population is a national security threat to every neighboring and West African country. as of March this year, Nigeria's population is more than half the total population of West African countries. More than half. This means on any given day, the influx of Nigerian citizens to any West African country will easily swallow up the entire local population. This is why every country in West Africa needs to have a say in what goes on in Nigeria, on the backdrop of the fact that they like to travel, ladies and gentlemen. They like to move, and they are moving in numbers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, two major situations are making Nigeria look scary to the rest of Africa, especially the neighboring West African countries. And I said two major things. But first, let's put aside the lack of stable electricity and inflation for now. Those are regular problems everywhere that every country in Africa has to deal with. However, the two worrisome situations brewing in Nigeria, which threatens the sovereignty of other African countries, has to do with the religious extremism and poverty. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to again hold back on the insults for now, and also put down your biased glasses and hear me out for a minute before you come in. Are you aware of the number of Islamist jihadist groups operational in Nigeria as of 2025? Let me give you the list, ladies and gentlemen. It started in the year 2000 with Boko Haram, whose aim is to establish an Islamic state in Nigeria. Then the first splinter group from Boko Haram, called Ansaru, was formed in 2012. After Ansaru came the next splinter group called Islamic State West Africa Province, aka ISWAP, which started in 2016. Darul Salam also came in from the Niger Delta, and then the multiple Fulani militant groups came in. Just when we thought these groups were too many to handle for one country, then we hear of a group originally from Mali and also operational in Niger moving in to Nigeria. They are called Lakurawa. The situation appears to get worse by the days, from one bad jihadist group to a worse group. Ladies and gentlemen, is Nigeria becoming, or already become, the main breeding ground for all terrorist groups in Africa? What's going on here? When other countries are thinking of ways to create conducive environment to entice foreign investment, Nigeria is rather enticing terror. Let me ask you this. What conditions are making the northern part of Nigeria so enticing to these groups in the first place? Because this is where almost all of them are situated. Every day I read the news in Nigeria, I get terrified. Every time. Because the spillover of these groups will directly enter all the nearby countries. These are countries in West Africa. This may include the splinter groups moving to other countries, or the citizens of Nigeria abandoning their own homeland for another. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a serious issue that needs immediate continental concern. Nigeria is a friend of Ghana. Nigeria is a part of ECOWAS. When they are moving into your country, we cannot turn them away. But when 1 million moves in at one time, what then becomes the fate of the host nation's security, sovereignty, and economy? And this can happen on any given day, ladies and gentlemen. And what actually terrifies me is this. I don't see any real political actions or steps taken by the leadership of the country to deal with the situation. You don't hear of the presidency talk about strategies. You don't hear of governors talk plans, and senators the same. Where are the marches, ladies and gentlemen, and the demonstrations on the streets to force the hand of the government to face it head on? Where are they? It's like the fate of the people in this country is in individuals' hands. Those with the resources may hire armed officers for their personal security, and those who don't have to live carefully and away from certain hotspots. Ladies and gentlemen, is this the best Nigeria can do in their own country? Day in, day out, all we hear is kidnapping, robbery on buses and even on trains, village killings, and so on. Is this ever going to change in Nigeria in the nearest possible time? Nigeria currently ranks 10 on every type of crime list in the world. Talk about cybercrime, organized crime, financial crimes, and extremism. You will find them on the top 10 list of all of them. What type of society are you building? On the criminality index on ocindex.net, you are 6th out of 193 countries, 2nd out of African countries, and number 1 in West Africa. You are ranked 19th among the least peaceful countries in the world, and nothing shows it bothers you, especially they that hold power in the country. Omanaja, what's up? When you finally get the chance to vote for a president who may bring a difference to the country, you reject it. You vote the same type of leadership in every election, and the problems continues. Why won't you try change? Why can't the people try what Ghana did? You come out in your numbers. You create your own coalition centers. You protect the ballot boxes at all costs and ensure a free and fair elections for once in your lifetime. Because if you as a regular Nigerian don't like what's going on in your home country, you have to do something about it, ladies and gentlemen. That cannot be done by anyone else but yourselves, unless it benefits you. What's the ultimate goal here? When you have chosen democracy as your system of governance and it's only making life a living hell for the majority of the people, what is the plan, ladies and gentlemen? This is disturbing. Now, on to the second situation that is of equal concern as the first. This is about the level of poverty in Nigeria. You have more than 40% of your total population living below the global poverty line of $2.15 per day. That's more than 100 million people, ladies and gentlemen. That's a national security crisis. To have more than 100 million people who don't spend up to 3,300 naira in a day is problematic for the state's economy and for the people themselves. And here is how. The 3,300 naira per day will include your transport fare in and out to work if you have one, or to school, your breakfast, your lunch, your supper for one person. And so when that's not possible for more than 100 million people, then there isn't much these 100 million people are doing to contribute to the economy of the local state. People must work, produce, buy, pay taxes, and all of that, which runs the local economy. And that explains why countries whose citizens spend more do better than countries which citizens spends less. This is economic fact. Economic activities thrives off of demand and supply, buying and selling. And so when purchasing power drops, supply power is affected. Ladies and gentlemen, in addition to that is the low rate at which Nigeria's economy is growing. With the kind of population you have and expected to have in the next 10 years, your economy cannot survive on a single-digit economic growth in a fiscal year. Currently in Nigeria, your country is growing on an average rate of 3.4%. 3.4%. That's super slow for your size. You need to move that thing to more than 10% per annum and sustain it over a decade to meet the surge ahead. Your country's population is projected to hit 290 million in the next 10 years, and that's adding at least 50 million more people to what you have now. So the pace you are running will have to change immediately. From 2020 to 2023, the average unemployment rate was over 39% of the capable workforce until last year, when the new administration by Tinubu had to revise the method for calculating to reduce it to now 5.3%. Whether that is accurate or not, the reality of the people hasn't changed, and that's a huge problem. Ghana and every other country for that matter have our own problems to deal with, but at least not with the numbers Nigeria comes with. The very fact that these two situations I've just described has a direct impact on all neighboring countries is what has triggered me to do this video, because the rise and success of Nigeria is in the interest of all African countries. In the same way, the fall and demise of Nigeria is detrimental to all African countries, ladies and gentlemen. Therefore, whether it offends your pride as a successful Nigerian who doesn't like your country being talked about in a negative light or not, that's not only up to them or you to determine what others may say, because once there is a problem in your country, everyone will feel the impact. Just like it said, when Nigeria sneezes, every African country catches cold. Folks, I want to read your opinion on this matter without insult. So let's hear from you. And